Hi, gang. Hope you can hear me and we sound good today because if not, I'm gonna be so pissed off. Let me tell you. How's it going, guys? Okay, here's the thing. Here's the tea. There is a redemption arc going on the internet right now with the Vanderpump Rules boys. Don't mind my situation here. I'm very wibble wobbly, okay? There's a situation going on right now with the Vanderpump Rules boys, and they want to go on this like redemption tour, and I'm not really sure what planet they think that they're on or what PR team they think that they have because I refuse to allow this to happen. I cannot allow this to happen any longer. I refuse. I do not accept this, okay? Hold on, I'm gonna turn my heater off. With it on in the background. Okay. I've had enough. Okay. The Jax Taylor redemption tour, the Tom Sandoval redemption tour, like I'm over it. Listen, are they committing crimes? No, they're not committing crimes. Okay. Are they unaliving people? No, they're not doing that. But are they bad people that don't, that like other people should have platforms over them? Yeah. And the fact that like people, like Tom Sandoval, I can kind of wrap my brain around why people might fall for it. But Jax Taylor? Jacqueline Taylor? Okay, so I saw online that there was a video going around of his Us Weekly article that he did, or like, was it Us Weekly or like People Magazine, something like that was going around. And I was like, oh my God, I have to watch this. Like, I have to see what this is all about because the, the People Magazine like picture, I was like, I'm going to slit my throat. Like, this is not there's no way this is real. Max Taylor, People Magazine. Let's see, images. Oh my God, this one. Oh my God. This BS. Hold on, ready? This one right here. I'm only here right now because of my son. Shut up. And then Brittany, I guess Brittany commented like People Magazine's comment section about this and was like laughing her ass off. She's like, "What are you talking about?" It says coca and alcohol, bipolar disorder, and PTSD. The reality star opens up to us about oh yeah, it was us, sorry. About the end of his marriage and facing his demons thanks to his angel 3-year-old son Cruz. He's the reason I went to rehab. Stop. I genuinely need you to cut the crap right now, Linda. Okay. So I've been watching videos about this, and let me tell you right now, this is the biggest load of crap I've ever watched in my entire life. Let's watch together as a team, okay? Let me know if the audio is bad. Hopefully I have it like high enough slash low enough that we're not gonna like blow our ears out, okay? So this is the Us Weekly article, and there's two videos that are up from this, but I'm also going to show you an Instagram video that I saw that really like pissed me off to the point that I stopped watching it because I was like, no, I'm just going to go on live and we're just going to talk about it together. Okay, so this is the first clip.
If you know me, I'm the life of the party. I'm the leader of the group. I have a group chat of guys, all my friends, and I'm kind of like the head of it. I'm the one that controls the situation. I've always been the lead singer of the band. I'm always the lead singer. I'm the number one guy in the group, right? And I always have to be that way. If I go somewhere,
You guys, did he not say in we did a video. Okay, we've done a video on him already. We did a live video on him already, okay? Talking about him on that podcast that Bravo has. What's it called? Like it's one of the Bravo podcasts that like the actual like Bravo network has, and their producer is in charge of it or whatever, which is just BS in just in general in that department, okay? But he went on there and was like talking about, oh my God, I've changed. I have all these things going on, blah 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 blah. Like, oh yeah, I have narcissistic tendencies. I've been through so much. I've done so many things. And then you sit on here and say that you're the number one guy in the group, you're the leader of the pack, you have a group that you get together on your phone and you lead everybody where you have to be. Ba, 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 ba. Humble yourself, bro. Humble yourself. I'm sorry I'm coming in hot, but this man makes me so angry. As someone that has been literally watching him from the inception of his stupidity, it is excruciating to watch this man. I have no idea what is going on. I've been watching politics for the past 2 months. Oh, girl, me too. Me too. Okay. Me too. I have been as well. Okay. Mimi, is it? Yeah, Mimi. I have been as well. But let me tell you right now, we have to talk about this because I can't take the narcissistic men anymore coming onto this internet and trying to have a redemption arc that makes zero sense. Okay, this makes zero sense to me. Let's continue.
I have to be the life of the party. I have to control the situation. I have to be larger than life. So now I'm taking a back seat and I become now the guy who plays the triangle, the guy in the back who plays the violin. And I'm okay with that. It's hard because I'm so used to being Jax Taylor, this alpha male who's larger than life.
This alpha male he is like the gateway drug to alpha bro, skibbity robot, whatever the F the kids are saying these days. He is the gateway drug to being an incel. Okay? This man, I'm so over these men too. Um, yeah, no, they are actual garbage, like genuine garbage human beings, and I genuinely don't understand what planet they're on right now. Oh, I'm gonna play the triangle. I have to play the triangle now instead of being the lead singer. What are you, fucking Tom Sandoval? Go to karaoke night at your bar. How's your bar doing, by the way?
But that guy doesn't exist anymore. He can't exist anymore, or he's gonna die.
This is what pisses me off the most is that there are genuine people that have actual full-blown addictive like addiction and full-blown problems and have lost their family and have lost like loved ones and possibly could lose their lives. And this man is making a mockery of it because you cannot get past the narcissism. Wait till you see the video of him talking shit about Britney. Your skin's gonna crawl. Also, for all my rewatchers that are going to be watching this later, hi, how are you? Give it a like, give it a share, give me a subscribe. I really, really appreciate it. If you could, if you're on the rewatch crew, I always want to shout you guys out. Love you, appreciate you. And then those of you that are watching now, hi, I love you. Don't be afraid to comment. Bye. Here we go.
The most rock bottom part is when we separated, when she left. So I don't know how many months that I was on that house. I don't know if you guys can tell me. I don't know. I was in my house by myself for a good 3 to 4 months. And the fact that I'm still here after that physically is crazy because I wasn't eating, I was drinking, and I was doing enough cocaine to kill a small horse. So I was just depressed. I was so depressed. I just felt.
Here's the thing is Jax Taylor is the type of addict. He's the type of problem person that it is torture to leave these types of people because they make you feel like it's going to be your fault if bad things happen to them that they're doing to themselves. This is the type of man that you are terrified to leave him because you're afraid if you leave him, he is going to unalive himself. Not because, like, oh, the hurt, the pain, the struggle. No, he wants his own death to be blamed on somebody else. He wants everything to be blamed on everybody else but himself. So I can see why it was very hard. And listen, I have criticized Britney so many times. Like, girl, the writing was on the wall. Like, wake up. Like, where were you? Day one, the writing was on the fucking wall. Okay, and I get that. I understand that. But like, if I'm trying to like humble myself and come from a girl's girl point of view, okay, these type of people like him who are narcissists on top of being addicts, okay? They are so dangerous because they will do everything in their power to make sure that there is zero blame on them. And that includes if they feel like they have to unalive themselves to make their point. And this is that type of person. He's the type of person that's like, look at me, I'm drinking because of you. Look at me, I'm doing coke because of you. Look at me, I'm gonna have sex with like 60 girls because of you. Everything is the other person's fault. It is never his fault. And everything that he does, it will never ever be his fault. And he wants to make sure that there is so much guilt around the people around him to make them feel bad for him. But he is a grown ass man who can make his own choices. He is in his what, 40s, 50s now? I don't even know how fucking old this man is now. You're a grown ass man. You have a child. You had a marriage. You had a mortgage. Like, you make your choices, and he's going to do whatever he can to pull people down around him, to push every ounce of blame onto them. Look what you made me. Yeah, very much. Look what you made me do. Very much so.
Like I lost everything, so I was like, "Fuck it, I'm just gonna drink." And I was just sad. I was just really, really sad. I think about that sometimes, and I'm like, Jesus, I could probably buy a house for what the amount of money I've spent on drugs. Um, it's sickening to me. It's sad to me. It's because my parents did not raise this kind of person. This all took place when I left home and I became such a different person. And for me,
I really want to know what his sister thinks of him. Like, yes, hey Noah. Yes, Jax is so annoying. I really want to know what his sister has to say about all of this because his sister was like on the show, like I'd say like every other season, kind of like popped her head up and like said hi and things like that. And like this season where he got married, she was on there a lot. And I'd love to know like her thoughts on him and how he was behaving. Like before that he moved to California, like versus after? And like, is he really truthful in what he's saying, or has he always kind of been like this? Because if you watch the season, what is it, season like two or three, I think, his mom comes on and she kind of like confirms basically like he's always been a little shit. He's always caused problems. He's always had drama. He's always been in some BS or whatever. So I just have a hard time believing that like once he moved to California, it's like all of a sudden I became a whole totally different person. No, you've always been a shithead. It's just in California, an assumption in Los Angeles, it was enabled. Whereas I'm going to assume when you were back home, not everybody around you was okay with you being an ass and okay with you behaving this way. Whereas the people that you met up with in Los Angeles were the same exact way, and there was no accountability there was no accountability exchange going back and forth. So therefore, you thought everything you were doing was totally fine and like totally normal because everybody else is fucking doing it. Like, and the reason why this whole cast, particularly the men, the reason why the men of this cast are broke as fuck is because of exactly what he said. He was using his money for other things instead of saving that money. Like that's why Ariana was so upset with the house situation is because she actually saved her money. She saved up for her home, whereas dipshit had to put up money against the restaurants and have help for here and then do this there and whatever. And it's because maybe if you stopped using all your money for things that are illegal and inappropriate, you would have all this money. How have you been on reality TV for over a decade and you have nothing to show for it? I'm not saying that like these guys should be like billionaires, millionaires, because reality TV doesn't pay that good. Okay. We're not talking about housewives that already had a good financial stability and income and then came on the show just to like be famous. These people had like literally nothing. And you had this opportunity to make money and stack it up and save, 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 save. And you're just like, nah, I'm good. I'm gonna blow it through my nose. Like, what the hell? Stassi is feeling so vindicated right now. She tried to warn everybody season one, episode one, that he is a PO. Oh, yeah. Like that, the women on this show, the redemption arcs that they all have, and that's including even Kristen Doty, who is it like was a terrible human being. So I'm sure probably still is at some points. But the fact of the matter is that all these women have had the most crazy redemption arcs, literally except for Sheena and Lala. Because what ended up happening, they said these two women were like, we're girls, girls, we're girls, girls, we're girls, girls. No, you are pick-me's to the 50th fucking degree. You sided with the men, and look how that's turning out for you. They picked the Lisa Vanderpump route of we're gonna give redemptions to all the men. Oh, the little baby bird, we're gonna save you. Oh my god, little baby bird. And then it's like, you picked the wrong fucking horse, girl. It's so frustrating. Sheena gets a lot of shit, but she and Kristen are the wisest with their money. I agree with you on that, Noah. Sheena is very good with her money. I think Kristen overall kind of was too. Love Stassi, and yes, she was so right. I go back and forth with Stassi. Like, I don't hate her. I don't love her. I love Kristen, but like in a very demented, unhealthy, need to see a psychologist type of way. Like, I think Kristen is like probably one of the best reality stars ever, in my opinion. I think she's a dark horse that like the average reality TV show watcher doesn't truly like like I feel like Vanderpump Rules before obviously everything that happened with Ariana was such a niche show and almost was like, ew, you watch Vanderpump Rules? And that's like, yeah, I fucking watch the best reality TV show that's ever been on television. You're you all don't get it. Like you don't get it, okay? And like Kristen Doty is on like for me is on the Mount Rushmore of reality TV stars. Like she is one of the best reality TV stars out there. Not because like she's like a great person, like she's just good. Sheena lost me with the way she dealt with Scandival, but I have no hate towards her. Is different, cannot stand. Um, so I also think Sheena is one of the best reality stars ever. I don't agree with a lot of the things that hold on, I'm gonna go to full screen here. Um, I don't agree with a lot of the things that Sheena did, especially with the Scandival stuff. But what I will say that I do love about Sheena is that Sheena is unapologetically herself and is never afraid to look like a flop on television. Like it's very hard now, especially nowadays, to find a reality TV star that's willing to like consistently fuck up on television and like keep coming back and keep being okay with it and keep doing it. And Sheena, like every single season, Sheena puts herself in these situations where I'm like, girl, I could never. And she just does it. And it's great. My favorite Sheena moment is the penguin. You can't make that shit up. Penguin. I can't. That's the best one ever. Kristen rivals Kenya more from Real Housewives. Kenya, can you imagine Kenya and Kristen together? Traitors, just saying. Love their reality star persona, the best reality show ever. I agree. If Y2K cringe was a person, that would be Sheena Shea, 100%. Lauren from Utah. Oh my God, I can't stand Lauren from Utah anymore. You know, it's so funny. And I think, Noah, I think you've been around long enough that you know that unfortunately I was in the Lala apology group. And I regret it every day of my life. And now that I'm out of it, now that I've been rehabilitated, I've seen the light. You know, my husband's told me 700 times, like, Sam, Lala's not the one. And now it took me forever to realize it, but all right, here we go.
Um, in the beginning, in the beginning, it was when I was younger. Yeah, I loved the feel of it. It was getting high. Now, towards the end, I was doing it just to stay awake because, like, you know, we go out at night, and I'm like, I'm in bed by 9:30. If I'm not doing something, like, I'm gonna need something. I'm gonna need a quick fix. Hey, who's got it? I need it. Like, and I personally don't think I'm an alcoholic. I think the both go hand in hand. So I can't have a drink. If I have a drink, I'm looking for a bag of cocaine. Like, so I had to quit both. I had to quit both. I think my mental health issues.
I agree with that. I don't think that he is. Hold on, guys. There we go. Okay, I just want to double check something. I agree. I don't think that Jax is an alcoholic. I think that he is a coco addict, and I think that that goes hand in hand. And I feel like that's very typical of people with addiction is that they're not necessarily addicted to every substance that they intake. Um, sorry, I have a fucking hangnail. They're not always addicted to everything that they're intaking. It's they're addicted to this one thing, and when they use this one thing, it enables other things to happen. Um, Sheena keeps trying, that's for sure. Yeah, I was in the Sheena apology group. It's okay. We are free. Traders would be perfect with Kenya and Kristen. Oh yeah, traders. I don't know if maybe they just haven't reached out or they're just never going like or maybe they did and like maybe Kristen and Stassi and Katie and like literally bring all the women on. Bring all the women except for Ariana because I'm sorry, Ariana is the host of Love Island and should never not be the host of Love Island. Like girl. But bring all those women on. Like Stassi and Kristen would have figured out the traitor in the first episode. They wouldn't even be able to have a show. Maybe that's why they can't have them on because they're like, fuck, they'll figure it out in 2 seconds. He's not your typical alcoholic, but if he got where he couldn't have his then he would probably drink like a fish. Yeah. I think that I think that he just had a really bad like coke addiction and because of that it just really snowballed into 75 other addictions.
Definitely drove me to do drugs. Now, drugs and alcohol are never the problem for anybody. We're using this to mask our issues. Okay, so we're using this.
So this is the thing that pisses me off about someone like him too, is that he when and you can see it, Lala kind of sometimes did this too, but I do believe, as much as I like not a fan of Lala anymore, I do believe that I'm so happy that she's sober and she's changed her life and she's a better person in that department because of it. But what I don't like is that I know that sometimes what will happen is there will be some people like this narcissist that'll get sober and what they will do is they will use therapy jargon to like make it seem like they're on their shit and they've changed their ways and they understand what's going on and they're above all of it. And Kristen would do this when she was in therapy. She'd be like, "Oh, I'm in therapy and this and that." And it's like you don't even know what you're saying. You're just repeating. You're just copying and pasting what your therapist told you. And that's what this is, in my opinion. It's just copy and paste of what he heard his therapist say and he's like see it's not just this it's masking other things blah 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 and it's like bro please stop.
I lost my father. I've gone through some crazy shit in my life where, I don't want to think about it. I'm like, hey, okay, let's just drink and let's mask it for 2 hours.
You lost your like okay losing your father you lost your father like decades after you had this problem. So is losing your father really sad? Is it a part of did it add on to the issue? Yeah, but I don't like it when he brings this shit up because again, I'm not talking about in general addicts, okay? I'm talking about this one particular man who is a demon person. As someone who has studied at the altar of Jax Taylor, okay? As someone who I feel like I am a Vanderpump Rules encyclopedia. I am not. I just want to make that very clear for anybody that might be rewatching this video. Everything I'm saying is not about generalized alcoholics, addicts. This is about Jacqueline Taylor, okay? This man uses his father's death as a get out of jail free card. This man lost his dad years years after he had all these addictions and these problems. I'm talking like, I'm not joking. Someone fact check me. One of you guys fact check me when his dad passed away. I'm pretty sure his dad passed away like 20 years after he started having these addictive problems, after he left and went to California. So when he brings that up, he doesn't bring it up as like a this was a part of my addiction and my problem. He brings it up as a get out of jail free card to make you feel bad for him and to pity him. Was what happened to his dad absolutely horrific, sad, depressing, and fucking horrible? Yeah, it was literally out of left field. And it was awful. And it was terrifying. It was so sad. It was literally out of nowhere. Do I think that it added to his issues and it probably made him spiral even harder? Yeah. But he uses it as like it was like one of the like the catalysts to his problem. It's like, no, that's not a fucking catalyst to your problem. Um very good at repeating the jargon. Jax and Lala are so similar. Yet Jax said Ariana was pulling the dad card. Yeah, exactly. And Ariana, the thing that makes me laugh is that Ariana, everything was happening in real time. Like her pain, her sadness was happening in actual real time. Like within that 1 year time span. Like her dad passed away right before she started like fully filming and investing in Vanderpump Rules. This man uses his dad's death as a gateway into feel bad for me. But he started his addiction and his problems when he was like fucking 19 years old. His dad passed away. Again, look it up for me. His dad died in 2017. So that's how much time of your fucking bullshit and your problems that had nothing to do with your dad's passing away. Like that's the part that drives me insane. Um, in the season 6 reunion because he raged at Sheena. His dad died in 2017. Love how Ariana and Katie did not visit him in Michigan when his father died. Because I think what happened is I think that they knew what was going to happen. And I think Ariana I'm gonna give Ariana the benefit of the doubt in the sense that I'm sure that that was way too triggering to deal with and way too scary and sad to deal with because Ariana clearly had a very deep relationship with her father, and I'm just gonna assume like if my parents passed away and one like my best friend's dad passed away out of literally nowhere, and it was one of the most depressing, sad things ever. She was extremely close with him. I would not feel bad if one of my parents passed away and she didn't feel like she could be there for me in that moment because I can't imagine how triggering and terrifying and sad that is. And I feel like that might be one of her reasons. Katie just fucking hates Jack straight up. So like,
hours, because that's basically how long that drug lasts. And then you're paying for it for the next 48 hours of the come down. And that's the part that kills you is that come down. But for those 2 hours, I'm okay. And I'm not thinking about bills or finances or divorces or, my father's death or not talking to my mom, like all these issues.
that's the other thing. I want to know. Katie is an angel from heaven, and I've admitted openly many, many times that like I feel bad that it took me to be a grown ass like woman to realize that Katie was like basically always right. I feel so bad because like when I was what 20, 21 watching this show, 22, 23, whatever, in my early 20s watching this show when it first came out, I was a fucking pick me girl. And I was like, oh my God, like Katie's the worst. Like, what's wrong with her? And now looking back now, I'm like, bitch, Katie was right the whole time. Katie was right the whole goddamn time. And all of you are sicko psychos. Don't even get me started on Tom Schwartz. I could do a dissertation on how evil that man is. Tom Schwartz, I'm sorry, I will die on this hill, is fucking an evil person and a very, very evil, conniving, sneaky rat, and I don't like him in any way, shape, or form. Um, he was the first one I used to rage on it. Yeah, I like. Okay, so I really want to know his mom. I want to know her side of everything, and I want to hear her version of events because something isn't right. Because we all know that Jax is a liar, is a full-blown pathological liar. So I want to know what her side of the story is when it came to her, his dad, them not talking, her not going to the wedding. She's never met Cruz. Like, I want to know these things. I wonder, okay, I'm not saying this is going to happen. I wonder if if Jax's mom will reach out to Brittany now that they're like now that they're getting divorced in order to like meet Cruz. That would be Jax would lose his fucking mind. I think her delivery was always the issue. She was always getting Schwartz to agree with her when it came to Jackson Sandy. It took me a while to love Katie. It took me a while to love Katie too, and I'm actually glad that I do now because she's like the best. Um, which made her more defensive to a fall and to be snaps everything her perspective into her perspective. Yeah, I will say the one thing that was really hard about Katie was that she was always drunk. So like she was tequila Katie. But also when you like look back now, a lot of the reasons why she was drunk kind of made sense. Like one, obviously she had that massive brain injury that like nobody talked about for like years, you guys. That was always insane to me that this woman had a full-blown death experience, almost died, had her literal mouth like shut. And people were like, yeah, she had like a brain injury. And they're like, when? Like, what? And, like, that I feel like added to that, like, pain management, like, that kind of vibe I'm sure was a part of it, and I would love to interview Katie and talk to her more about, like, that part of her life. Um, and then I think you also add the part where everybody around you is an alcoholic and a drug addict, obviously, clearly, we're watching one right now. And then on top of that, you are in a abusive relationship of emotionally abusive relationship with someone that is extremely manipulative and loves to play the woe is me, I'm a good guy, no one understands me, boop, beep, boop, beep, boop card. And so what ends up happening is nobody believes you, everybody believes him because it's, oh, he's just cute little shorts. No, he is evil. I'm sorry. I will die on this hill. I will die on the hill. Um, Traumatic brain injury. Thank you, Noah. I appreciate it. I'm like, TBI, what the hell is that? Maybe Jack's mom is a narcissist too. I don't know. She's a sweet lady when we were watching her when she came to, what was it, Villa Blanca? Yeah, it is wild how they just randomly in one random season they're like, "Oh yeah, remember like Katie had traumatic brain injury." And it's like, "What the fuck are you talking about?" I'm like, "Ha ha ha, traumatic brain injury." No girl. Straight up, Katie Maloney literally almost died. Absolutely, absolutely insane.
right? And you're living in Hollywood and trying to, make sure people like you. And then you're coming across the world has changed in the last 5 years. And like the old Jax doesn't exist anymore. I have to revamp myself, to be somebody that's a little bit more acceptable. Yes, my mental health has struggled, but I'm working on it a lot right now. I go to therapy. I have an amazing therapist. I kind of continue on with, I
Is it a Reiki therapist?
went to a place called Clarity for my rehab. So I'm continuing going there with my
Can someone please look up Clarity? Please, Mimi, Noah, look up Clarity. I'm gonna need one of you to look up Clarity for me immediately, please. And I need you to tell me ASAP. I need my research consultants. I need you to tell me immediately if this is a woohoo boohoo celebrity rehab center. Look it up. Look it up. Look it up.
therapy. They have been absolutely amazing. And like I said, the gym, believe it or not, is a great place of therapy for me. I'm there 6 days a week, 2 hours, and it's just me and the iron. I just love to work out and lift and
He Let's be for real, he works out because it's replacing an addiction. And that's not necessarily like a bad thing. Like it just depends on how bad you were like how bad you're replacing it. But this is pretty common from what I've seen with people that have addictions is they replace one addiction with another because you have this like addictive personality thing going on. But I can't speak for all addicts obviously because I'm not speaking about generalized addiction. But Jax Taylor is just replacing he's talked about this before on previous seasons where he would I think it was like he talked about one season where he was like in a rut like sexually or something and he went to the gym like all the time. I remember something like that. It made me understand her a lot more and her friends were not supportive, scapegoated her, agreed. Well, the only reason I said that is because she's never met Cruz, didn't go to yeah, never met Cruz, never been to the wedding. Like I wonder she could be. I mean, obviously, she could definitely be a narcissist. It wouldn't fucking shock me to be really honest with you. But it would be interesting. It would be very interesting. I was taking freaking crazy pills when people would compare Jackson Katie on Reddit. Oh my God. Literally. Wait, whoa, 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 whoa. Wait a minute. It's in Massachusetts? In Massachusetts? I thought he said he was in California when he went to rehab. Track down the lies. Someone look it up. Track down the lies.
just research health and get into it. I love it. I will never ever talk negatively about Brittany. I come from a place where you just don't talk about your significant other publicly.
Team, team. We're about to get angry. I'm about to get.
Um, Am I angry with some of the things that she's done? Absolutely. Is there a lot of things out there that you guys don't know? Yes, there's a lot. It takes two to argue, okay? It takes two to fight.
You just said that you won't talk shit about her. You just said that. And within 2 sentences, you're already talking shit about her. Here's the thing that people like him don't understand, and this pisses me off. And this is very much a part of like heterosexual relationships, in my opinion. Like, obviously, I'm generalizing here, but in general, men like to think that women are just cruel, angry, mad, anxious out of fucking thin air, out of genuine thin air. Okay. They don't think about how a lot of our pain, our anger, our upset, our stress, our anxiety is reactionary. Women don't just pull shit out of thin air. You all like to think we do. Y'all like to paint this fun little narrative that we do, but we don't. And I'm talking about women that date men, okay? I'm not talking about anybody else, okay? I'm just talking about in general because this is just my experience. You pull fit like where women are just pulling anger and frustration and mad out of fucking thin air. No, you did something. You kept doing it. You didn't apologize. You didn't change your behaviors. You kept acting like a dipshit. You kept behaving in an inappropriate way. And so I kept reacting to it and kept reacting to it to the point that it became a regular feeling inside of my body. So now I'm upset about other things from the original thing, and it keeps bleeding into other stuff. So I'm sorry. Do I think Brittany is a perfect partner? Absolutely not. Nobody is. There's not a perfect couple. There's not perfect people ever. Do I think Brittany had her moments that were probably not the best and she wasn't her best? Yeah, but do I think that he is the originator of her anger or of her frustrations or of her horrible moments or of the moments that weren't the best? Hell to the hell, yeah, yeah, yeah. Let's see. Hold on, still looking. If he said work in progress, I will be crying. It's a luxury mental health facility. There is one in Los Angeles, but it looks like a resort. Then that's the one that he went to. He went to the one in California. Yeah, so he went to a resort. So I'm sorry, I cannot stand it. Karen Huger is another one of these, and she just got her ass nabbed because of it. You sit there and you say that you're going to go to rehab, you're going to fix all these problems, you're going to do all these things, and then you go to a fucking luxury ass rehab. No, I want you to go to a stanky ass one, okay, with some real rough and tumbling people for you to get a fucking clue. Because you're going to these celebrity rehab centers that aren't doing anything for you, that aren't holding you accountable, that aren't actually changing you. It's a bunch of woo woo BS. No, no, no. Let's go to some of the really fucked up ones and see how you do then. See if you really want to change your attitude. See what the real people are dealing with on a daily basis.
And I know a lot of my stuff is out there, and I know she's said a lot of things publicly about me. Is it deserved? Probably. Yeah.
Probably. Is it deserved? Probably. No, the answer is 100% it is us. Like, why can these men never look into the camera and authentically and consistently? Okay. Because what he'll do is he'll do one interview where he'll be like, yeah, it's all my fault. I'm a bad person. Blah, 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 blah. And then the next interview, he'll go, well, she had some things that she was doing too. You know what I'm saying? Like, blah, 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 blah. And it's like, if she wants to hold herself accountable on her stuff, that's on her. You don't need to do that. Let her do that herself. And I don't feel like Brittany's ever going to sit there and say that everything was Jax's fault. But let's be for fucking real. It's like 95% of it was his fault. Let's be for real, please, okay?
The things that she said to me that you guys have heard uh, is hurtful. Is hurtful.
What has she said to you that was hurtful that she said out of thin air? I'm talking about was not provoked, was not discussed about, what wasn't, had nothing to do with anything that he did to her. What did she say that was purely just her being a bitch? Show me the proof. Let's show the audience. Like we have an entire television program to show you. Show the raw footage. I'm telling you right now, as someone who has watched so much Vanderpump Rules, it would make your brain explode, okay? As someone who is before Scandal, this was my comfort show. After Scandal, not so fucking much. But was my comfort show. Okay, I've watched every episode 7 billion times. Please show me the video of Brittany complaining, bitching, moaning, being mean, being nasty, being horrible that had nothing to do with Jack starting some bullshit. Just show it to me.
You know, if it was so bad all these years, why did you stay all these years? If it was so bad, why did you ask?
Mimi, you're 18 years sober. Congratulations. Oh my God, congratulations. That's so amazing. So you fucking get it then. Like let's put this stupid asshole in the mean ass streets, okay, of a real ass fucking rehab in downtown. Let's put him in a rehab place. Let's put him in some fucking AA meetings that Laura Lee was in with some actual hardcore addicts, not little celebrity cocaine addicts, people that have been through some real messy, scary stuff. Okay, let's go to those rehabs for real. Congratulations, Mimi. That's incredible. Congratulations. That is 18 years. That's insane. That's so amazing and beautiful and wonderful. Everybody clap for Mimi. Yes! This is what I love when real people that have been through real shit are in my comment section and they can be like, yeah, I can confirm this is a bunch of load of shit. I'm like, thank you, thank you. That's how you can tell he's not working a program. If he was working a program, he would be keeping his side of the street clean for this. Exactly. Exactly. If he was sober, if he was following a real program, and it doesn't have to be AA. He doesn't have to be in Alcoholics Anonymous, Drug Addicts Anonymous. He can be in whatever the fuck he wants to be in. But from anything I've ever watched and I will say this, the biggest person I've ever watched speak about addiction has been Peter Mon. That's kind of like my encyclopedia of the mind of an addict and what they've been through. The biggest thing I've always ever heard about and listened to and learned from addicts is that, and I'm talking about like consistently been able to get through things, have pushed through a lot of stuff, is that the biggest thing they talk about is accountability on their part of the harm that they put through. Is they're not blaming other people for their frustration, for their anger, for the reactions that they had because they were reacting to an addict. You know, they're not reacting to a sober person who makes shitty decisions and does bad things, you know, and like whatever. You're reacting to somebody that's done some pretty fucked up things because of their problems. And it's like you can't hold people accountable for how they reacted to you when you were, you know, in full blown addiction. You can't be like, oh, it's not fair that you did this. Well, it's not fair that you did this, and this because of your addiction. That's fucking not fair. You know, just take your accountability and take the punch to the face and just go, you know what? Bygones be bygones. You don't have to be friends with these people. You don't have to spend time with them after you've become sober and become a better person and changed your life. You can just go, you know what? I'm sorry. I made a bad choice and I'm going to let it go and you're going to move on. But this man has no accountability in any way, shape, or form. Zero accountability. If he had accountability, he would, one, never say a bad word about Brittany ever again. And two, he would never say a bad word about Brittany again because he is the mother of her fucking child. You're a loser. You're a loser. Um, Brittany should have broken up with him there. I agree. Thank you. People who've really almost lost everything. You're oh no, you're so sweet. I'm so happy for you. Any kind of program teaches self kind of yeah. Any real, any actual like rehabilitation of any kind that is authentic, real, and like credible that I've ever heard of. Every single one of them, no matter what type, like whether it's religious based, non-religious based, whatever, always talks about accountability. Clearly, you just went to some fucking wine country and pretended that you were getting sober. Like again, I think this is a lot of this is a PR thing. A lot of this is like, oh, you want to get back on TV, you want to have all these deals, you want to do that. Well, you got to get your shit back together. And again, I call BS.
Asked me to have another kid last year. If it was so bad 3 months prior, why did you ask me to have sex with you?
Oh, hold on, hold on. We have to back that up. We got to back that ass up. Hold on. I am so angry right now. You guys, hold on. Let's go back here. Here we go. Ready? Let's all get angry together.
Years. Why did you stay all these years?
Oh, wait, hold on. Let me go back to here. I want to hear the full sentences.
uh, is hurtful. Is hurtful. You know, if it was so bad all these years, why did you stay all these years? If it was so bad, why did you ask me to have another kid last year? If it was so bad 3 months prior, why did you ask me to have sex with you? Like, if it was so, you know what I'm saying? This is the problem I have a hard time with. These.
You know, you guys, the interviewer was salivating, was like, ooh, I can't wait to post this shit on the internet. Was so excited, was like, yes, I finally got one. And then his publicist was sitting there being like, was standing behind the camera and was like, what are you was losing their mind. People were like, what is wrong with you? Oh my God. I cannot believe he just said this. What sick, demented human are you to say something so nasty? Because she loved you, because she cared about you, because she wanted you to, because she saw the better versions of you, because she wanted to believe that you were going to change through all the lies that you told her, saying you were going to change. I could give a million reasons as to why she stayed. Women don't just stay because, it's like, oh, I love being married to an addict. No, there's layers to it. There's love. There were good moments that continue to that help you almost like erase the bad things. Like there's so many reasons why women specifically stay in these extremely abusive relationships. And again, I've already said this at the beginning of the video. I can almost guarantee you one of the reasons she stayed is I guarantee you she was afraid of what he would do in retaliation to her leaving. I guarantee you. And then when you add a child to it, it is 10 times scarier. It is already scary enough when you're alone and you have to deal with this shit. And also, what nobody wants to fucking talk about is that she has no family in California. She doesn't have one family member in California. So she has all her friends, but all of her friends are enmeshed in him and are also kind of like, his friends too, or are associated with him or around him. You have to hope to God that you have enough of a group, a base for you and your child to feel like someone's going to protect you. Because I'm sorry, I'm going to say this, and people can feel how they want to feel about this. In my opinion, Jax does give me the vibe that he is a dangerous person when he's upset. And I would be afraid to leave this person. So that's one of those things is I guarantee you Brittany was terrified of what he would do in retaliation. And then you add the layer of what type of retaliation is he going to do involving our kid? That's an added layer to it that again, his little pea brain doesn't think about. Um, he is actually scary. Again, what did he say? Typical of a narcissist because she loves you and was trying anything. Yeah, exactly. Because you have a fucking kid together and society has put into our brain that we have to have husband and wife and babies. And if we don't have husband, wife, and babies, we are bad. And it's the wife's fault that everything fell the fuck apart and thank God overall, I feel like the narrative in this situation has really been fuck him and he's the bad guy. Thank God, because I don't feel like it's normally like that. I feel like a lot of the times it's a lot of like all the other women basically on the show where they all were victimized and they were all like they were not victimized. They were all the bad guy and the guys they were dating were the good guys. And it's a bunch of bullshit. And I'm happy that Brittany is being seen as the person in the right in this situation.
Think three things. Okay, so I know I angered you a lot, but she. I'm not blaming, but I'm like, why didn't you say, hey, why don't we go to therapy? Why don't we fix this? Or why don't we?
She did. She literally fucking did. She's made multiple videos. She's talked about it. You guys have talked about it. And I'm pretty sure on your own podcast, again, please, someone look it up for me if you can. I'm pretty sure they admitted together on their podcast that they tried to go to therapy together or that she tried to get him to go to therapy. What the hell are you talking about? This is what I've said so many times on almost every single fucking platform I've ever had. These people forget that they were on television. They literally forget that there is documentation. This isn't like hearsay, like maybe. No, no, no. There is full blown documentation that your ass did A, B, C, D, E, F, G. And they're just like, oh, I'm just going to spin whatever I want to spin. Editors, show the clip. Like, what the are you talking about? What are you talking about? If I had time today, you guys, if I literally had time today, if I did not have to be off this video in next 15 minutes, we would be doing the most ultimate fucking deep dive you've ever seen in your entire life. And maybe we need to because I can't listen to this crap. This is driving me insane. I might go live after my son to art class. So art lessons. So maybe I'll go live um maybe on here or another platform in a little bit while he's doing his art lesson. I'm not sure, but I would love to do a deep dive because let me tell you, this is like this shit pisses me off when there is no hearsay. There is actual proof that you legally chose to be on a television show and expose yourself. And there's proof that you're a full blown liar. There's proof out of your own mouth that you're a fucking liar. Let me tell you, it's easier raising kids without a man. I did it for 30 years. No offense to any man out there. Oh, all the offense to men out there. What the fuck are you talking about? I'm sorry. I say this all the time, and my husband is proof of this. If I'm talking shit about men, my husband doesn't take offense to it. You know why my husband doesn't take offense to it? Because he knows I'm not fucking talking about him. because I'm not talking about him because he isn't a narcissist. He isn't disgusting, horrible, abusive, mean, nasty, horrible person. He has flaws and he knows what they are. But when I'm talking about like men suck ass, he's not pissed off because he's a grown ass man and he knows that I'm not talking about him. But I guarantee you, if we started talking shit about men in front of this dummy, he'd be like, "Oh, it can't be about. Not all men are like that." Blah, 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 blah. Shut up. I'm divorced. I'm on husband number two. Okay. And let me tell you, husband number two and husband number one, it was like having two kids. Okay. Let me tell you right now.
We go away and like, let's figure out these problems. And I'm not putting it on her at all.
You are putting it on her. You literally are. You guys, I'm gonna have maybe I'll do a little research while I'm at my son's art sitting and waiting at my son's art lesson because I'm 99.9% sure. And if you guys find this out when I get off the live and can send me a DM, I really appreciate it. Oh, thank you, Mimi. I appreciate that. If you guys find a link for me and put it and send it to me in my DMs, specifically on Instagram is where I get most of them. If you guys can find the video of when they decided that they were separating, they started talking about it, I think, and I like vividly remember them talking about going to couples therapy or like Brittany tried to get him to go to therapy or something. Like this is a actual full blown lie, and I'm like 99.9% sure.
But we're in a marriage is a team thing. You're partners. And I felt like I lost my partner.
Why did you lose your partner? Why did you lose your partner? Why did you lose your partner?
A little bit, I think she lost hers too, and I felt like we were just so in deep at that point that we just kind of threw in the towel. I think both of us threw in the towel, and I think
No, you threw in the towel for both of you. You threw in the towel for both of you because she tried and you kept pushing her. Sometimes these people don't understand that eventually you are going to push somebody to the edge. What that edge is different for everybody, but eventually you are going to push people over the edge. I think when it became too much for Brittany was when she started to almost get like embarrassed by his behavior. And I think when she had Cruz, and I, as someone who also has had the same type of experience, that kids really do change, they change everything. They really do make you see your world in a very different way. And they can make you not want to put up with a lot of shit that you were putting up with before you had them.
she was just so hurt that she was just kind of throwing daggers, and just didn't care. And there were scenes that I just couldn't even get through. I had to walk out because I was crying. I'm like, the things she was saying to me were they were so bad. They were just so bad. And like I said, I deserve a lot of it, but man.
No, you deserve all of it. You deserve all of it. Stop trying to blame her for your horrible choices.
Some of the things she said with me, like, just gutted me. I think, I can't believe I'm probably going to kick myself for saying this, but I really have to thank Brittany. I got to be honest. I don't think I would be here right now if Brittany didn't, take actions in her own hands and be like, you need to freaking go to rehab. I'm going to call everybody and anybody to make sure you get your ass in there. Whether she was mad at me or not.
See, this is the part that pisses me off is like, so that jump in between of like you blaming her for fucking everything and then you saying, oh, wow, like I have to thank her because I wouldn't be where I am now without her. Why can't you just, why? So you understand that somewhere in your fucking delusional brain. Why can't you say that and take out that middle chunk? If that middle chunk is how you genuinely feel, keep it to yourself, bitch. At least play the PR game. Keep it to yourself. If you hate her, if you're pissed at her, if you think she did this, keep it to your fucking self. But like to go on a in a space that is the internet's forever, and so people can pull this up whenever the fuck they want and show that you are saying all these lies, saying all this crap, trying to make yourself feel better, only to then go, thank God she called everybody and thank God she forced me to go to rehab.
Putting me in there was probably the best thing that's ever happened. Yes. I'm in a very, very good place now. Obviously, I got a lot of things to work out mentally, but as far as like my health and that part of me is okay. So yeah, I have to thank her because, like I said, I wouldn't be here today probably if it wasn't for her.
Yeah, because she saved your ass about 700 times in your guys' life. Like, for God's sakes. Like, that's the part that drives me insane is like, she has stuck up for you so many times to the point that she looks like a complete imbecile. And you're just like, wow, she did this and this and this and this. And she told me I was stupid. She told me I was a drug addict. She told me I was a bad boy and that I was a mean person. I'm so mad at her. It's like, grow up, grow up. All right, you guys, I have to bring my son to art class. He has art lessons because he's a baddie and he is a very good drawer. So everybody cross your fingers that he works for some crazy ass company and makes lots of money and can take mommy on a date. Okay, take mommy on like a massive trip out into some crazy ass place, maybe on a yacht. Who knows? One can dream. You know what I'm saying? But I appreciate you guys. Thank you guys for chatting with me, talking with me in the chat. I really appreciate you guys. You guys are amazing and wonderful and delicious and gorgeous and amazing. Please don't forget to always go and support small LGBTQIA businesses, especially trans businesses. They need the love and support more than anybody right now. I will put in the description, if I haven't already, to go, if you're looking for Girl Scout cookies, to please go support the trans youth that are selling Girl Scout cookies and support them and get your Girl Scout cookies from them. Again, there is a link in my bio with all that information, with all different communities and groups you can support, with any ways that you want to support me, and any ways that you want to connect with me, follow me any other place. I really appreciate it. If you are part of the replay crew, hi, how are you? I love you. I appreciate you for coming here and watching this later on. You are a real one, and I will catch you guys in the next one, and you have a great day. Bye.